For more insight on how Nevada's diverse population is going to play a role in today's caucuses, we're going to bring in the Center for Immigration Studies Executive Director, Mark Krikorian. Mark, I want you first to kind of set the scene for us on Nevada and immigration. We know huge proportion of immigrant residents in the state, both legal and illegal or undocumented, whatever you want to call them.
Immigration really has grown very rapidly in Nevada from a pretty low level. From 1980 to today, there's been a 1,000% increase in the number of people who speak a foreign language at home. So these are immigrants and immigrant families, 1,000% increase. And 1 out of 6 babies born in Nevada today is born to an illegal immigrant mother. Now, some of them have legal immigrant fathers or American citizens, but that gives you a sense for how big immigration in general and illegal immigration specifically is in Nevada.
And so all of these voters, all of these immigrants and foreigners who are in the state of Nevada are now looking at a top tier of candidates that's really exclusively white.
Well, yeah, hopefully the citizens are the ones looking at the candidates because the illegal immigrants aren't voting probably. But yes, exactly.
We know that some of them will, unfortunately.
But you know, the fact is this Democrat fight has been going on for a long time, and there was Hispanic candidate, there were some black candidates, and they just didn't cut it. And so I'm not sure that Hispanic American voters in Nevada are saying, well, there has to be Hispanic and we're going to vote for him. In other words, they're Americans. They're worried about the same things as everybody else. I mean, they're Democrats, so maybe their focus is more on health care or what have you. But it's not like they're saying, well, okay, where's the Hispanic candidate? We're going to vote for him no matter what. They're not. It doesn't work that way.
Fair, and that's a great point. Some of the Democratic candidates in the state already being accused this week of tokenism, of pandering to black and Latino voters in the state of Nevada as well as in South Carolina. We saw, these candidates deploy mariachi bands and gospel choirs. A lot of people are saying, a lot of blacks and Latinos are saying, this isn't what matters to us. You got to come up with really strategic policies that speak to the issues we care about.
Yeah, it's shocking that politicians are pandering to voters. It's exactly what you would expect. But it does show the kind of narrow and silly way that a lot of politicians view Hispanic Americans and black Americans. In other words, like I said, they're just American voters like any others. Some may care more about education, some may care more about health care or foreign policy even, I don't know. But the point is, they're voters, approach them as Americans and see how it goes. Now,
President Trump talked about this. Take a listen to what he had to say at one of his rallies.
The great state of Nevada. Washington Democrats put the needs of illegal immigrants before the well-being of American citizens. You know that. You've been complaining about for a long time. It's one of the reasons you voted for Trump.
Well, I mean, he's right, I think, in 2 ways. First, the president talks a lot about sanctuary cities, and that's a very kind of targeted thing. Not because, and the issue there is not that illegal immigrants are more likely to be criminals, it's that some of them are criminals. There's a lot of illegal immigrants, some are going to be criminals. What sanctuary cities mean, and that every Democratic candidate supports the idea, is that only the most heinous criminals who are illegal immigrants get deported. All the rest of them, if you're just a drunk driver, a wife beater, a drug dealer, they just send you back to the immigrant community. How does that help the immigrants who aren't drug dealers and wife beaters? It's absurd. And the other thing is, all the Democrats want continued illegal immigration. I mean, let's face it, they'll say no, they don't, but they don't want to do anything to stop it. Well, what does that do to the job competition for people working in hotels and restaurants and construction
in Nevada? What does this do for jobs and employment and wages in the state of Nevada, which is presumably what these voters, like all other American voters, care the most about? Thanks so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.